Nigeria, and it's a news update that's coming your way next. My name is Titilayo Onyiso. Thanks for joining us. President Bola Tinubu has approved portfolios of 5 executive directors on the board of the North Central Development Commission to assist the commission in actualizing its statutory mandate. Now, in charge of admin and human resources is Bilkis Sani, commercial and industrial development, Aisha Ibrahim, corporate services, James Uloko, finance Professor Muhammad Bashar, and projects, Patika Adjana. The president tasked the executive directors to work closely with the governing body of the NCDC in promoting and coordinating the sustainable development of the North Central geopolitical region. Now, outside Nigeria, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has not ruled out further strikes on Hamas leaders following last week's attack on Qatar, insisting that they would not have immunity wherever they are. Speaking at a press conference in Jerusalem with the U.S. Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, Mr. Netanyahu said every country had the right to defend itself beyond its borders. Israel's decision to target Hamas leaders in Qatar, a close U.S. ally, drew international outrage and criticism from U.S. President Donald Trump. Hamas said 6 people were killed, but that its leaders survived. Mr. Netanyahu's comments come days after the White House said President Trump had assured Qatar that such a thing will not happen again on their soil. And now for some sports updates. World record holder Tobi Amusan delivered a sensational performance in the women's 100-meter hurdles final at the World Athletics Championships, clinching silver with a blazing 12.28 seconds finish. The race was won by Switzerland's Djati Kambundji, who set a new national record of 12.24 seconds to claim gold, while the U.S.'s Grace Stark secured bronze in 12.34 seconds. Amusan, who made history in 2022, becoming the first Nigerian and African to win the 100 meters hurdles world title in Oregon, further cements her status as one of sport's all-time greats, adding to her world record multiple Diamond League titles and Commonwealth Games gold. Meanwhile, Mondo Duplantis has broken the pole vault world record for the 14th time with a jump of 6.30 meters on his 3rd attempt as he wins a 3rd straight world title. A captivated audience in Tokyo remained in the stadium long after Monday night's other events had concluded to watch the sport's modern-day great become the first human to clear the 6.30 meters barrier. The 25-year-old has now claimed the past 8 global men's pole vault gold medals on offer across both indoor and outdoor competitions, following this triumph in the Japanese capital. Now we be light of the world.
The fire vibe we needed for this cold Tuesday morning.
Wow, honestly, it's a bit chilly.
Oh my Lord.
It's a bit chilly.
I mean, the lines, flame spitter, right?
Yes.
Flame spitter.
He did it right.
He
was spitting some flame for us earlier on.
Absolutely.
If you missed it, you should check it out on YouTube.
Yes.
I'll be ready for you as soon as the show is done.
Yes, of course.
Hey, but it's time for What's Up and About, baby.
Woo-hoo.
And I would like to say, for all of them that thought she could not do it, she has done it. Talking about the one and only Hilda Baci. Now, Guinness World Records have officially confirmed that she has served the largest serving of Nigerian-style jollof rice in the world. She's won the record. That's 8,780 kilograms of rice. How many servings was it? 16,600 plates.
Yeah. Somebody literally said she broke Jesus' record.
Wow.
She broke Jesus' record.
No,
Jesus fed 5,000.
Oh, okay.
Hilda Baci fed 16,000. But then again, Jesus said,
yes.
greater things shall you do.
Yes,
so we are here for it.
No, it was
Absolutely.
amazing. It was amazing for her to for them to actually post it, and it came a lot sooner than people anticipated, because the last record that she won, it took about a while for
them to, But I think that one, I mean, reasonably so, because I mean, that it had long hours. The record was on, the competition, high record was on for quite a number of days and hours. They had to calculate and all that resting time, all of that, to literally make sure that the time was really, really big. But this particular time was literally about the size. So once that rice was done, man, and people were eating it, that was literally, and I think it was, I mean, it's outstanding. And I know different people have said different things and all of that, and it just is sad to see I mean, there was a lot of negativity that actually came with it, but I think very interestingly is to see the fact that people still came out.
Of course, people came from other states. People came from, I hear, outside the country.
Yes, of course.
Just to support.
her.
And it was absolutely free, of course. Because I saw some posts about there being a charge or something like that.
I was like, people would definitely...
Like, seriously, guys?
Definitely try to just...
And she was also very gracious and humbled throughout the whole process. She was thanking people, greeting people, even though you could see there was a lot of pressure.
Yes, on
but
her.
But she was still really gracious and warm to everyone that was there.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Thanks for putting Nigeria.
Congratulations. She literally started with prayer. And of course, Pastor Bolaji was there, my pastor, to do that blessing. And of course, ended with prayer as well. I think another thing that also spoke volumes to me was literally seeing Funke Akindele turn that rice. But do you understand? Like, they were turning it. And of course, we also had the First Lady of Osun State as well present. And I think it was, I mean, it's just beautiful to see how Nigeria's literally come through. And we had Tomike on stage for 13 hours straight. We had her friends, Ogun State's First Lady, forgive me, and all of that. I mean, it was beautiful. I mean, I missed Sanwo-Olu, by the way.
Hey,
I did expect him to turn some rice.
That's a conversation for another day.
I did
but there was a very large crowd, and there was a question of crowd control, whether they were going to be able to manage that. So I understand if certain people avoided the space, but it was in a very secure area. It was at a hotel.
So Titi was actually
I was there. So I was literally there looking at the flames.
Did you turn the rice?
So I actually wanted to, but every time I got close, the heat from that flame just kept pushing me back. I braved it once in order to actually greet Hilda by the steps, the ladder where she was. But the heat emanating from that particular, I didn't understand how they were staying there for that long.
So now you see how people have
hard for me to stay right there.
Yeah. So you see how people have different perspectives of things happening. Some people are literally just in their houses, on their beds, chilling. No. So now you were there, you felt the heat. Do you understand?
The smell of the pepper.
That volume.
Oh my gosh. Once it hit our eyes, people were forming hard gas.
But we were like, but then again, shout out to all the brands that also came through. We're not going to mention any names as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it was amazing
the way they
actually came through. Yeah.
It was.
And despite, I mean, I knew she was going to do it. And I just feel like...
Yeah, look at the pot.
Yes,
the frying of the oil and the onions and all the spices. Everything was measured.
250
everything
bags
was washed.
Of rice.
And the rice was washed the day before, by the way, for those who were saying it wasn't washed. It was washed and rebagged.
And even the pot, she watched the pot herself, and that was also captured as well. Because I saw a very, very interesting comment by Kemi Olunloyo. That we will not talk about. I mean, congratulations, Hilda. You're a brave one, and we definitely are inspired by you.
We love you, Hilda.
We love you.
We should still come and cook for us on Wake Up Nigeria. She has to come and cook again.
That pot cannot enter.
You cannot enter here.
She actually entered.
She's done it before. She can do it again.
Definitely.
We'll bring her. She made fisherman soup when she came the last time. We'll probably be showing a clip of that sometime soon. Yeah. But at this point, let's take a quick break.
Yes.
There is so much more coming your way on Wake Up Nigeria.
For staying with us, you're still watching Wake Up Nigeria. And right about now, we're about to step into another very interesting conversation, one I actually find very, very intriguing. And I have here with me Miracle Ihioma. Now, he is here to discuss the pros and cons of public proposals. He's a dynamic speaker, author, clinical psychologist, a life coach, and a spiritual shepherd. Welcome back to Wake Up Nigeria.
Thank you very much for having me again. I'm very well, thank you.
It's been a minute. It's been a minute.
Yeah.
All right. Hopefully the rain didn't
faze you?
Well, yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's what matters. Thank you so much. All right, so today we're going to be talking about, public proposals. So now, should we love them? Should we hate them? What really is it about?
So it's not a one size fits all. People have different preferences about how they want to be proposed to.
True.
But then if you look at the etymology, where did proposal come from?
Yeah.
Right. It might give us more insight into how it should be done.
Okay, so where did it come from?
Right. Yes. So a proposal, of course, like the name is to propose marriage, right, to your partner.
Yes.
And the purpose of a proposal is to propose marriage, whether done privately or done publicly.
Yes.
It's supposed to be an intimate moment between you and your partner.
Very true.
Where you're about to take that relationship to the next level.
Yes.
Yeah. So I know now it has really graduated into a lot of things where people now want to make drama out of it. And in fact, there are ladies who would say if it's not public, I'm not going to accept it. Yeah. So all of those things I think are extras, right? And it's putting a lot of pressure on people, both on the ladies and the guys as well, where you must perform if you want to propose. In fact, with a lot of other things, we have baby showers now. We have
we have baby showers.
Yeah.
We have push gifts.
Imagine.
Because I was actually having a conversation with a friend of mine, and then of course his wife literally was to put to bed, and then was talking about how he wants to be there, but he has this finance. And he must use it to do something that is most important. But then again, we should understand it's just a whole lot. So I'm like, what really, really matters, right? Yeah. So now let's go back to the proposal conversation, right? Because recently I also was talking to a friend, and she was telling me of how, her boyfriend wants to propose to her. He needs to write it on the plate. And it's not even proposal onto marriage, it's onto dating. Yes, because she's seeing this guy, and she's like, no, that he has not officially. I'm like, how much more official do you want? So I love the fact that you said it's not one size fits all, right? It depends on the individual. Now, a very important question I think is necessary to ask now. Whose idea or who should the proposal suit? For instance, now, a guy wants to propose to his girl. So is he meant to propose to her based on how she would like to be proposed to, or how he would like to propose to her? Because it seems like a lot of times girls don't understand that men also
have a preference.
Do you understand the way they also have thought about it in their head? So what would you say as an expert?
Yeah. Thinking about it right now, I think it makes sense to consider both parties. But if I were the guy, I would say, have a conversation just for peace to reign.
For peace to reign.
Have a conversation with your lady, or have an idea of how she would like to be proposed to. Okay. Right, and then
find a way to
go with her preference.
Okay, go with her preference. Okay, not find a balance.
Find a balance if you can. Okay. Right. Find a balance if you can, really, and try to also make her understand. Yes. Because, like I said earlier, it doesn't matter how you're proposed to. What matters is that you're proposed to.
Yeah, proposed to, right?
Whether publicly or privately, you're about to get married. That's what matters.
That's what
the same way a lot of people focus on wedding more than they focus on marriage.
True.
A lot of people focus on how you were proposed to rather than focus on the fact that you've been proposed.
Actually, I mean, that makes a lot of sense, because now I will recall back my own proposal, and I can remember, because I know my husband is a people's person. Okay. But it's weird because when you look at both of us, it seems the other way around. So he knows more people, but more people know me.
Okay.
So I'm a private person, and I've always said I wanted an intimate proposal. Like, please, just me and you. I beg. I don't want noise. Do you understand? I don't want and all of that. So he did that because he wasn't telling me. That was actually one of the things that made it take so long before he finally, because like, okay, what is he going to do, right? But then again, I love the fact he considered the fact that I loved it private. But then again, his friends had to be there. So they were online.
Imagine.
So they witnessed it literally online. So that's actually very important. So now, so in situations where we now find that people can't agree, right? For instance, maybe a lady turns down a proposal because of the way it's not done. How would you say they move past that situation? Would you say that's a red flag and should be a deal breaker?
I wouldn't say that, but if it matters so much to the both of them, I think there's a problem already. Okay. Yeah, because something as, I don't want to say trivial, because it's not trivial, but something as a method of proposal shouldn't be so much of an issue. Okay. So if that is so much of an issue, it already gives an insight into what would happen in the marriage. Okay. To say that other trivial issues, quote and unquote, would also cause certain issues in the marriage. So they want to really talk about why really do you even want to be proposed publicly?
Yes, yes.
Right? And then have conversation around that. Because it could be, for many people, it's an esteem problem.
It is.
Yeah,
yes,
that, okay, I want to be seen in a certain type of way,
Right,
or I
yes.
want to pepper them, or I want to show off.
Yes.
Yeah, because if you understand and respect the purpose of proposal, then it shouldn't matter. Yeah, even if you like it public, you won't mind if it's also private.
Okay, so there was a situation, I think something that actually trended on social media quite a lot. So, and then it was because the lady literally turned down the proposal because the guy didn't go on his knees to propose. So what do you think about that? So can we see it in the same light? Like, can we see it in the same light? Now we're talking about, I mean, a 21st century woman and maybe a traditional man.
Can I be honest?
Please be honest.
A lot of the kneeling down for proposal is hypocrisy.
So tell us where you're coming from.
Yeah, I'm coming from the fact that for a lot of people, that's the first and only
the last time
they would ever kneel, to do anything for their wives. So at the end of the day, really, it's just performance. It's just you're just acting.
Okay.
Right. It's just the same way we do in weddings, where a lady would come,
kneel down to feed the food. Yes, he has. Somebody just asked us, my husband knelt down after proposal. Why not? He kneels down every now and then.
Oh, really? Let's not get into the details.
Let's not get into the details. But anyway, I think it's actually very important, right? But then again, and I think that's also even just, segues into, what you spoke about, focusing on what is more important, right?
Exactly.
But then again, in several ways, people feel like, okay, you know what you want is superseding what I want. Okay, going forward, because I've actually heard someone actually interpret it that way, that, okay, fine, if you cannot propose to me the way I want it, that means in the marriage is definitely going to just shut down all my ideas and literally just decide on it. So please help us talk to our ladies, right? Or is it the men we should be talking to now?
It's the ladies.
It's the ladies.
Actually, yeah,
Okay.
it's the ladies that put a lot of pressure on themselves and on the men.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So that men are even now confused about, okay, how do I propose to her? Because, if a man likes it public, right, it's not a problem for a lot of ladies, because a lot of ladies want it public.
Yeah.
There are some ladies who like it private, just like you.
Yeah.
Right? So, but I think that it shouldn't be a problem at all. A major solution would be to always differentiate between wants and needs.
Wants and needs.
Yes.
Okay.
What do I want versus what do I need?
Okay.
What you want is a public proposal, a glamorous proposal, but what you need is a proposal.
What you need is a proposal.
Yeah.
Okay.
What you want is a big wedding, but what you need is a wedding. The two most important people to be present in a wedding is you and your husband.
Actually.
And maybe a representative from both families.
Actually.
Yeah, there are many people who have had Bella Niger type of weddings who did last for 6 months. Yeah, because focus more on the wedding than on the marriage. Yeah, so we should always differentiate between wants and needs.
All right, amazing. Yeah. So now talking about focusing between wants and needs, right? More focus on needs than wants. Now let's talk about, those tips that we can literally, how can we see them? How can we, okay, fine, you've dated this person for so long and then all of a sudden this thing that can be seen as trivial is now seeming to be a big issue. So now, aside that particular one, what else? How can we tell that, see, this person is not focused in this thing? Do I really want to actually continue and build a life with someone with this kind of mentality? Or is it okay to say, you know what, okay, she might think like this now, maybe going forward, things can change. Change is only constant.
Well, there are no guarantees of change in marriage. That's the truth. That's why I usually tell single people, don't marry what you cannot live with. If you cannot live with it, don't marry. Because there's no guarantee that it's going to change. So look at the person very well. Of course, nobody is all strengths. We all have weaknesses as well. So check out the weaknesses. Is this something I can live with for the rest of my life? If it's something you cannot live with for the rest of your life, then you have your answer. Because there is no guarantee that the other person can change. Because think about it. The father didn't have success with changing that behavior, that character for maybe 25 or 30 years. The mother did not have any success with that. The teachers didn't have any success with that. Their friends didn't have any success with that. So how then do you think that you have a chance at changing them? Especially because when people are 30, 35, 28, as the case may be, their character, values, and beliefs are already formed.
Yes.
Yeah. So Not saying it's not possible for people to change. It is. We have seen that happen.
Yes.
But there are no guarantees.
There are no guarantees. All right. And I need to actually focus on the fact that there are no guarantees when it comes to change in marriage.
Yeah.
And it's very important to focus on the needs as opposed to the wants. Thank you so much, Ms. Miracle. It's always a great time having you here with us to give us such wisdom on relationships. Thank you so much.
Having me.
All right. We actually take a quick break, but the show is not over. Keep it locked right here. We'll be right back. Thank you so much for staying with us. You're still watching Wake Up Nigeria right here on this beautiful rainy Tuesday morning. And right about now, we're thrilled to welcome Gbemi Giwa, an award-winning African fitness and nutrition coach. Now, she's been here before and she's here to guide us through the AfroFit Full Body Burner. Now, today's goal is a quick, energizing, equipment-free workout that you can easily follow from the comfort of your home. Now, get ready to move, sweat, and of course, feel amazing with Gbemi. Hi, Gbemi. How are you doing this morning?
Hello, good morning.
Morning to you.
Energy is up.
It's up, it's up. And I love the fact that we are matching outfit colors, right?
Yes.
Chocolates, keeping it.
Brown is in.
Brown is in, certainly in. So tell me, I mean, last week you were here, we were in the kitchen, and you were teaching us some things about food and how we literally need to stay healthy even on an African diet. Because I know a lot of times the African diets can be pretty heavy, right? And of course, oil-based. But then again, great work with that. So today, now, tell me, what are we talking about today?
So I think the main focus is just helping people understand that no matter how busy life gets, you can still be active, right?
Yes.
A lot of people say, oh, you know, I don't have time to work out. I don't have time for this. I don't have time for that. But you have time to scroll on your phone. You can always find time for the things that you prioritize, is what I like to say. And it doesn't have to be an hour in the gym. It doesn't have to be 3 hours, you know, smashing things. You can find 20 minutes, 30 minutes. What's more important here is consistency. Because if you're really trying to build a healthy lifestyle, of course, eating healthy is a huge part of this, but moving your body is what's going to protect your heart health, is what's going to like build muscles, what's going to make you mobile as you age, you know? And also, we like the look.
Yes,
like,
of course. We absolutely love the look.
fit
See, I
body.
think that's what it gets you. That's what they focus on, the look particularly. And I think this conversation is very, very apt for right now because, I mean, a lot is happening. I mean, the year is definitely coming slowly to an end. And, I mean, it gets really busy, especially in this part of the world and all of that. So, and I think this is also for me personally because the truth is I like to say I'm a fit girl. I'm in the fit fam business. But then again, when I get busy, it's just like, it's like every other thing is like working, but then again, there's not just that time to fitting. So now, what are the pro tips quickly that can literally keep us fit? Yeah, that can keep us imbibing fitness as a lifestyle, even when we're busy.
So I think there's two things. One is you can either choose to still maintain your routine, but like maybe not have it be as perfect as it was. So for example, if you used to work out 5 times a week, you might decide to make it 3 times a week and have 45-minute workouts. The other thing is just maybe to adapt it completely to your lifestyle, right? If you're someone that, so I work with a lot of clients who travel a lot, and this is something that throws you off with work, right? So on a typical day when you're home, you might be going to the gym quite often, but if you're traveling, I would recommend things like hitting your step goals more. So if you're like you're in Europe or whatever, like we don't live in a walkable city, unfortunately, in Lagos, right? But you can get more steps in. I would recommend that. And you can also do like 10, 20-minute workouts. You can join a workout class. Activity doesn't have to look like the gym. You can go play tennis with your friends. You can swim. So I think we just need to rethink what we think about movement. Exactly, right? So activities count, sports count. And it's also great because it also helps you kind of like build that social bond. I feel like as adults, enough of us don't play sports.
We don't. We actually don't.
So we should engage in sports because it's just, again, like it's social count, but also you move and it's absolutely great. So I think my best tips would be, don't be so stuck on having it perfect. You can rework it, you can make it shorter, be consistent, walk more. So they say this thing where like, even if you go to the gym, it's 1 hour of your day, right? But like, what do you do with the remaining 23 hours, right? How active are you in those periods? Even if you're in the office, like after a call, are you walking around? Actually, I do a lot of my calls walking because that also just really counts. Exactly.
Okay.
So just modify.
Okay, I think that actually makes a lot of sense. I mean, stay mobile. I think that's actually very key because a lot of times people think of, I mean, it's not about the iron, it's not about lifting the weight, it's not about all of that. But then again, people actually think about how, you know how some days people might actually go to the gym and literally be like 3 hours or 4 hours in the gym. And then once they can't get that particular time block, it's like, oh, okay. But then again, this is even my question. what is the reasonable amount of time to actually even spend in the gym? Because at some point, it's almost as if you're overdoing it, right?
So my question always depends on your goals. I feel like people do things for the sake of doing things. And one of my jobs as a coach is we always start with the goal and then we work backwards, right? So if your goal is to lose weight, for example, you don't need to spend hours like lifting. You need a really good strength training program. Everyone needs to have a strength training program because everyone should be lifting, including women.
Including women, yes. I would even say especially women because we're the ones that get to carry the kids and carry the heavy.
Absolutely, and as we age, we lose bone density, just so much goes into, we need resistance training, right?
Yes.
But also, if your goal is to build muscle, which for a lot of men, like this is their goal, right?
Yes.
You need quality lifts and you need enough time and rest and recovery. Again, if you're running for a marathon or you're training for a marathon, maybe you need to be running 2-3 hours every couple of sessions in a week, right? So it would depend on your goal. I think for the average person, if you're able to get 3 sessions a week, around 30 to 45 minutes, and you actually add your steps, so I really like to do a step goal of about 8,000, you should be fine.
All right.
Yeah.
So 3 times a week, 30 to 45 minutes.
Absolutely.
And of course, add your steps and we'll be fine. Amazing. I love how nicely summarized that actually is. And it seems really achievable. All right, thank you. But we're not done here. We're literally going to go on a quick break, but we're going to be back here with Bemi and she's going to be showing us some steps, right? Some equipment-free exercises we can actually do from the comfort of your home. So definitely grab your trainers and join us. We'll be right back. Welcome back. I'm still here with Bemi Giwa. We're literally about to get into some fitness moves. Now, don't try this at home, right? I'm going to work out in my heels until I'm choked.
She's so funny.
Do you understand? I mean, you see those videos now with people on the treadmill with heels. It's very risky.
I don't recommend, but
I don't. But we're going to try. I'm going to try this. I'm going to try this, right? So, because, I mean, we're being dynamic here. So, where are we going to be starting with today?
Absolutely. So, we're going to be making sure that you're warmed up before you do any exercise, even though it's just 5 minutes. I'm going to show you the main exercise, and you're going to do the muddy 5. Let's warm up with the let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Shake it up. Hey, shake it.
Woo!
Shake
We're
it.
dancing, by the way.
Hey. All right, once you're warm, we're going to be starting with 20 squats.
Okay.
You want to have your feet hip width apart.
All right.
Chest up. You're squatting down. Low, coming back up.
All right.
20. Let's
20.
go. And up. Nice. Nice work. 15. Let's go.
Those knees.
11. And 10. 10 more. 9. Let's go. 8. Let's go. 7. Great work. 6. Nice work. 5. Let's go. 4. Come on. 3. 2. Last one. 1. Hold it. Let's go. Pop. Hey. Hey. We're here for 10 seconds. Hey. 10. 9. She just started counting. 8. 7. Hold. 6. 5. Hey. 3. 2. And shake it up. Okay.
Damn.
Come on. Legs are working. All right. All right. So for your next movement, we're going to do a reverse lunge.
Okay.
So you're going to stand shoulder width apart. You're going to lunge and come up.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to do this is what you're going to do. I'm going to do a variation. Lunge, kick. All right.
That's what I'm doing?
No. That's what I'm doing.
That's what you're doing.
You're just lunging.
Okay.
Okay. We're doing 10 on each leg.
Okay.
Come a bit forward.
All right.
3, 2, 1. Let's go. Lunge, kick.
Okay, same leg?
Yes, same leg. Let's go. 7, 6, 5. Oh my God. 4, 3. Almost there. 2, and 1. Okay, I leave you. You don't have to do the rest, okay?
All right.
If you're with me on TV,
Thank you.
other side. Let's go. Lunge, kick.
Lunge, kick.
Let's go.
10.
7.
Okay, 7. 6.
6. 5. 4. 3. Let's go. Give me a kick. Now we're gonna do.
So I think we're literally. I have to catch my breath. But that was actually so much fun.
Yeah.
Oh my God. But my cows are killing me. But that's good. Thank you so much, baby.
You're so welcome.
Such a pleasure having you here. But it is the top of the hour, and we have to go. Next week, we're definitely going to be driving in some more of that. We need this. We need more of this. Absolutely love it. All right, guys, we're literally going to take a quick break, and when we come back, the hour of 8, and we'll go again. Stay with us.
Welcome back. Now, the family unit of society has evolved over time, and now better definitions of the different types of families we have are coming to light. On parenting today, we're discussing co-parenting, single parenting, and blended families. We have Mr. Femi Shofolowe back with us. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you for having me again. Good morning.
Okay, so it just feels like everything we used to know about what a family was considered, that's mommy, daddy, and maybe 3 children. That unit has completely been, you know, it feels like a myth for some people. Some people don't even understand that structure anymore. They don't believe in it anymore because of the different types of families we now have. But let's talk a bit about co-parenting and why this is an extremely unique situation for families.
Well, when it comes to co-parenting, it's a situation where you find yourself as a man or a woman who has had a child with a partner, no longer in the house with them. And probably you are now like a visiting parent, and maybe your children now probably have to visit you once in a while to enjoy that fellowship or family relationship that they used to have in the confinement of, you know, a family home before.
Yeah.
And it's a reality today that this is something we need to talk about because the way it's rising due to a lot of factors that are outside even the reach of the people involved, it becomes necessary for us to consider it and find a way around making this a successful one for those who may be in it.
So in the end, both parents are not together for whatever reason. There are differences between them. But then they are still parents. And to the best of my knowledge, most parents want to prioritize the needs of their children are supposed to prioritize the needs of their children above their own differences. But how can they successfully navigate this?
When it comes to co-parenting, one thing you need to realize is marriage is no longer in the picture. And if marriage is no longer in the picture, the children become top of the priority. Before the marriage got dissolved, or for whatever reason the relationship is no longer holding, your marriage or relationship have to be top of the priority, then the children come second. But in this situation now, the marriage is no longer there. Your children have to be the top priority for you when you find yourself as a co-parent. And there are a few guidelines that you can engage with in order to make this a successful one. One thing you need to know is this: you are no longer probably at home, or if you are the one at home with the kids, the other partner is no longer with you. Yeah. And that in itself has a way of affecting the children, their development, and how they view the society. Sure. One of the best things you can do to help them navigate this season successfully, and so that you can also be a good parent at the end, is that you have to take your eyes off the word co first and concentrate on parenting.
Just parenting.
Be a good parent first before we now start talking about co-parenting. And then when you find yourself in this situation, like I said, be a good parent. That is starting point. 2, make sure you put the kids first in any decision you are making. I had this child with me in one of my institute. He played football every Saturday morning, and the father always wanted the child to come after he closed on Friday from school. But the son doesn't find it okay. I need to go to practice on Saturday morning. How would that be possible if I come down to meet the dad? And the dad is always taking it personal, thinking, oh, it's because your mother said you should not come and see me. So as a co-parent, you need to put the kids first. Yeah. They love you.
Yeah.
If they find if there is a reason why they are not coming to you, find a reason why. Find out so that you can, you know.
I would have even thought, you know, the father would engage in the same sport in order to spend more time with the son.
That would have been nice,
yes.
but, you know, they are not in the same environment, so it's difficult to make that happen.
So I want to touch on single parenting now, because if we stay on co-parenting, we might be there for a while.
Definitely.
Single parents, it does feel sort of obvious what the challenges would be, but there are some major differences between co-parenting and single parenting. The key difference being it's just one parent involved. But that means that single parent needs to have some strategies they develop, especially when it comes to providing support, emotional support for this child.
To survive as a single parent, it's a major work. You cannot afford to live like somebody who have the partner helping them. This time, you know, it is you and probably your God. One of the things you can do to successfully navigate this season is start your day much earlier than anybody does. In fact, I usually advise start your day a day before.
Wow.
If you need to pack anything for the children for school, things that are not perishable, pack them a day earlier. Prepare like there is nobody, and the truth is there's nobody except God, and God is not going to come down and physically help you. So don't put yourself in that situation where you are always agitated, always angry, always rushing out early in the morning. Make sure you prepare a day before the day
So
you are
in other words,
preparing
structures.
for. And then two, take advantage of every available communities. Ask for help where necessary. Get help where help is offered. I had this woman growing up also. While I was growing up, I knew this woman who pushed all her children, about 3 or 4 of them, to go and help the elderly in the environment, good elderly people. And these children grow up with a lot of wisdom that some of us don't even have, because they relate with old people. She leveraged that opportunity of old people around to, you know, relax herself sometimes, get some things done, while the children are, you know, learning good
from them.
Information, good wisdom from elderly people.
Amazing.
So take advantage of every opportunity around you if you're a single parent.
Now, some people are single parents for different reasons. For some, it's because one parent has passed on, and for some, it's because one parent is distant or non-existent. And the question has often been whether it's advisable for the child to be able to engage with that parent. If, for instance, maybe the parent is alive and just not in the picture. What's your thoughts on that?
I really didn't get that.
Okay, so single parents. For some single parents, it's not by choice. It's because one particular parent has passed away.
Okay.
But for those that are still alive but are not in the picture, would you advise or encourage the parents in question to allow the child engage with?
If they are willing to, so that you don't hurt the children. There's a reason why they left. They may not be good parents. Some people are not even ready for parenthood when they find themselves in such situation, and some of them bail out immediately. If they do so, please allow them be. If they want to be parents, you can now start talking about co-parenting. But if they are unwilling, allow them to be, because whatever made them move on or move away, you don't want them to hurt your child. So allow them be, and then trust God to raise your own child the way, you know, you deem fit.
So one of the more modern parenting structures now are the blended families.
I love that. Now
the blended families are maybe two single parents with children from other relationships
coming together.
Now this feels like a complicated dynamic, but let's talk about some of the common challenges. There's probably someone watching now who has the opportunity to start a family with someone else who already has children and is wondering what to expect.
I usually say that what is better than having a thing is having more than one of that thing, especially good thing. And parents are good things. If you have one, good luck. What's better than having more than one dad? Having two. What's better than having more than one mom? Having more than one. So what are we saying here? If you find yourself as a parent in blended family, you need to understand that the dynamics of relationship with children has changed. And you see, we coerce our children sometimes into obeying us, and we think they obey us because we are their parents. Sometimes we actually coerce them, and they have no choice. They still have to obey us because I mean, they are afraid and everything like that. You can't do that to somebody's children who have not even accepted you as their parent. So if you find yourself in this situation, you want to concentrate more on bonding with them rather than correcting them.
Okay.
So if both of you find yourself in this situation, the existing parent that they are used to, let that one be the correcting parent, while you, the other half parent or step parent now, be the one reinforcing the correction that the one they are used to is making. They are not used to you. You need to connect with them before you can correct them.
Okay. Connect with them rather than correct them. That is so powerful. And I wish we could take this conversation further, but thank you so much, Mr. Femi Shofolue, once again in the building, talking about families and family units. Different types of families exist now. Use our hashtag #WakeUpNigeria on TVC and let us know your thoughts and send us your questions, and we'll see if we can answer them. We have to take a quick break, but there is more after this.
All right, it's been an amazing show so far on this beautiful wet Tuesday morning, and we have our final guest right here on the couch. And of course, doing this with me, I have in the house the Dynamite.
Thank you, Winnie. Ms. Agbedeji. The reason why I'm smiling at you is because whenever I see the crowns or tiaras, crowns, I just remember the fact that you also be a pageant girl.
Yeah.
We have with us our final guest.
Yes.
And her name is Shofolu Gbemini. She is a dynamic TV radio presenter, talented voiceover artist, and passionate advocate for quality education. And she was newly crowned
Miss United International 2025. Now she brings grace, intellect, and power, and of course commitment into empowering the next generation. Welcome to Wake Up Nigeria.
Thank you very much for having me.
The crown
Good
is
morning.
blinding.
Honestly, I love it though. I'm even wondering how it's placed so perfectly in your head. She's not even worried about it toppling or anything.
I mean, the crown fits.
It fits. Okay, so when did you get the crown? When did this happen?
This was just 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks
I was
ago?
recently appointed 2 weeks ago.
Oh, it's still fresh.
Very fresh.
And just 3 days ago, I was officially appointed as Nigeria's representative at the Miss Culture Global 2025, taking place in Monrovia, Liberia, next month, 25th October to 2nd November.
So the international pageant is Miss Culture Global.
Yes.
Okay, but this is Nigeria.
Miss United Nigeria International.
So doesn't it feel like she has like experience in this space?
Yes,
like she's
course.
done this before.
Of course.
Right? Talk to us about other things you've done in the space, in the pageant space.
I'd previously competed at other pageants.
Okay.
Placed as runner-up, but it's safe to say this is the first time I'm getting an actual crown.
Amazing.
I've been in the pageant industry for, I think, 10 years.
Wow.
Yes, 10 years.
Goodness
and
me.
I'm finally getting a crown.
Oh, no, that definitely speaks to commitment, consistency, determination, right? To keep on going for our goals. And I love the fact that in these times, right, we have queens do that. They come over and over again until they actually get that crown. So let's talk about your preparation for the international pageant. How's that coming up?
Well, it's coming up fine. I cannot wait to show the world the beautiful culture we have in Nigeria. I mean, it's Miss Culture Global, so I have one job, just one job to, to make the world see Nigeria through my preparations, my videos, my outfits, everything about me will be speaking and screaming Nigeria at the international.
So have you picked a particular part of Nigeria to focus on, or are you going to try and mix all our cultures? There's a lot of cultures to pick from here in Nigeria.
Well, I mean, I'd be focusing on the 3 major tribes.
Okay.
And fortunately for me, I do look like the 3 major tribes. So there's this fun thing about me, which is on some days, people would say, I'm from the eastern part.
I can see it, actually.
And then I currently reside in the Federal Capital Territory, and a lot of people think I am a northerner.
Wow.
And it's worse when I cover up my head. But then the moment I say apple or egg, I mean, when the H factor comes in, it's confirmed I'm a proud daughter of the West.
Okay.
Yes, I am definitely going to be inculcating the 3 major tribes in Nigeria and showcasing how beautiful we are in unity and diversity.
Amazing. I think that's actually really brilliant because, Nigeria, we are actually one. We're actually a very big body and, of course, all put in one. I think you're actually, speaking really well already. Now, something I think is very important that we touch on is the impact the pageant industry or participating in the pageant as a young girl, how that affects you through life. What would you say the pageant industry has done? How would you say you've developed yourself based on the fact that you're competing in the pageant?
Okay, so as a child, I lost my father. I think I was just 8 years. And, my father was very particular about education.
About that,
Yes, so growing up, I discovered the essence of education. Fortunately for me, I was lucky to have my foster parents come through for me. And this is an opportunity that millions of children out there in the world might never get. So competing in beauty pageants over and over has helped me to define my purpose. It has helped me to understand what I want to stand for, what I want to represent, and that is why my advocacy is simply focused on quality education. I believe that every child deserves a right to not just education, but quality education. One of the core visions of Miss United Nigeria International is power, purpose, transformation, and the capability to transform lives beyond the stage. So I am of the opinion that we can have a community, a state, and a nation that can have access to not just education, but quality education. And this is why I have my project, Send a Child to School. That is, one child at a time. I am of the opinion that we necessarily do not always have to take giant strides, one step at a time, and then till we get there. So from my own end, I try my best as much as possible to see how I can, make sure a child remains in school. Having the necessary, materials, supports such a child needs. So this is the gospel that I preach.
All right.
We can do this together. We can make sure that every child out there, does get a right to
an education.
Of course, and you're preaching this gospel so beautifully. And the way she's speaking is like,
you can see that.
I love it.
She's got it covered. She's got it covered. But you've talked about education. You've touched on it quite a bit. But what did you study yourself?
Oh, I studied public relations and broadcasting, mass communication.
Now it makes sense. Now it makes sense.
It doesn't really make sense.
It doesn't make sense. Public relations.
I've met
some interesting people. We know.
Well, I think for me, the focus is literally on, because the pageant industry puts you on the spot to do that.
Sure.
Do you understand?
Sure,
Once you pick up that crown, you have to represent a whole organization, a whole body, a country in certain instances. And you have to literally get yourself to that level where you speak. But I think you're doing amazing.
I honestly. So I'm wondering, did you have a special wave? Do you know can you do the pageant wave?
Yes, they do.
This one? But that's not the one we did now. I don't know.
I think it's
I didn't do that one with you.
You didn't do that one.
No.
You did this one?
I didn't do this one.
You did this one?
No, I didn't.
You did that?
No.
I think I prefer to just
You do
this
this one?
instead.
This is fine.
Yes.
Seriously?
Yes.
Oh, but this is how to do it now.
It's so, I don't know.
The pageant wave. But how did it feel though? Finally, after being in the industry for so long, finally getting that crown. What were the first thoughts that went through your mind?
At first, it seemed like it wasn't real. I think until I had my official photo shoot, and then I looked at my pictures, and I was like, finally. At the point, I did cry because 10 years of going back, back. And my brother said to me, when I applied, when I actually did put in for this pageant, because I had previously competed for one just last year, and You know how that goes. My brother said something to me. He said, I'm not sure about this, but if there's one thing I do like about this decision, is the fact that you're resilient.
Yeah,
it's the fact that you're not letting the outcome of this, put you down.
Yes.
You still want to go back. You still want to push for more. And fortunately, got this.
Yes, you got it. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
We're looking forward to seeing you on that amazing stage in Liberia and Monrovia. Enjoy it. It's a beautiful place.
Thank you.
Beautiful place. Make friends and connections there as well. And come back and tell us how it went.
Absolutely. We definitely are waiting for you with that international crown.
Yes.
Very importantly. Thank you so much for actually being here with us. And all the best in your future endeavors.
Thank you.
Guys, it's been 2 entire beautiful hours right here on Wake Up Nigeria.
We're going to be signing out with the pageant wave, everybody.
I think I'm just going to do this.
Thank you, and we'll see you tomorrow. Same time, same station. It's Wake Up Nigeria, guys. Have a lovely, lovely day.